Percent composition and chemical formulas. The relative amounts of elements can be expressed as the percent composition. We can find percent composition from mass data. Look at a couple examples here. Compound consists of magnesium and nitrogen. What is the percent composition? I want the percent magnesium and the percent nitrogen. For magnesium, I'm going to take the mass of magnesium, 9.03, divide by the total, which is 9.03 plus 3.48. So the percent magnesium by mass, 72.2. For nitrogen, I'm going to take the mass of nitrogen divided by the total, 9.03 plus 3.48. So the percent nitrogen by mass comes out to 27.8. Here's another example of the percent composition from mass data. Compound consists of magnesium and oxygen. What's the percent composition? For magnesium, I need the mass of magnesium. 13.6 is the sample. 5.4 is from oxygen. So the mass of magnesium is 13.6 minus 5.4. We're going to divide by the total mass, which is 13.6. So the percent magnesium is 60.3. For oxygen, I'm going to take the mass of oxygen, 5.4, divided by the total mass. So the percent oxygen by mass, 39.7. So I can find the percent composition from mass data. I can also find the percent composition from the chemical formula. Now the percent composition of a compound will never change. The percent composition of water is always 11.1% hydrogen by mass and 88.9% oxygen by mass. I'm skipping a couple examples here. I want to calculate the percent composition of sodium hydrogen sulfate. So I have the chemical formula. First thing I want to do is find the molar mass of sodium hydrogen sulfate. So from the periodic table, I've got 1 sodium, 1 hydrogen, 1 sulfur. For oxygen, the total molar mass is 120.1 grams per mole. I want to find the percent sodium, the percent hydrogen, sulfur, and oxygen by mass. For sodium, I'm going to take the mass of sodium. There's only 1 sodium. Mass is 23 from the periodic table, divided by the total. So percent sodium comes out to 19.2%. Hydrogen, I have 1 hydrogen. Mass is 1 divided by the total. So percent hydrogen by mass, 0.83. Sulfur, 1 sulfur. Mass of sulfur is 32.1 divided by the total. Percent sulfur is 26.7. So all of these numbers are coming from the periodic table. Percent oxygen, there are 4 oxygen times a mass of 16, again divided by the total. So percent oxygen in the compound by mass, 53.3. And when you add these 4 numbers together, within rounding error, you should get 100%. Calculate the percent nitrogen in fertilizer, NH4NO3. Well, I need the molar mass of NH4NO3. So from the periodic table, mass comes out to 80 grams per mole. I want the percent nitrogen. Well, there are 2 nitrogen times a mass of 14 divided by the total, 80. So the percent nitrogen by mass, 35. So if you have a chemical formula to get the percentages, all of these numbers here come from the periodic table. We can use percent composition as a conversion factor. How many grams of carbon and hydrogen are in an 82 gram sample of propane, which is C3H8? First thing I want to do is find the percent carbon and the percent hydrogen from this formula. Now the molar mass of C3H8 from the periodic table is 44. So the percent carbon, I would take 3 carbon times the mass, which is 12, divided by the total. So the percent carbon in C3H8, 81.8%. Percent hydrogen, there are 8 hydrogen times a mass of 1 divided by the total. So percent hydrogen by mass comes out to 18.2. We have an 82 gram sample of the compound. And the compound is always 81.8% carbon and 18.2% hydrogen. So simply take the mass that I have, 82 grams, and multiply by those percentages. When you multiply by a percentage, change it into a decimal. So 0.818 and 0.182. So that'd give me 67.1 grams of carbon and 14.9 grams of hydrogen. Add those together, you get your total mass of 82. But these are the numbers that I'm looking for.